guys, I am back with another video. I'm Catherine, and today I'm going to be talking about Undone by Karin Slaughter. And before I get into this book, I am going to warn you that there is a spoiler to the Grant County series that I'm going to be talking about, just because it is connected with this book, and there is really no way around it. Of course, if you have read all of the Grant County series, you know what happens to Jeffrey, so it's really not a big surprise. But again, I'm just letting you know that there is a spoiler in this video. If you want to skip past, go right ahead. Okay, so let's get into it. So, Undone. The characters in this book are Sarah Linton, Will, and Faith. So Faith was in Fractured. She is now Will's partner, and together, Will had to take Faith to the hospital because she collapsed at work, and he takes her to Grady, where Sarah Linton works, and Sarah is the doctor that treats Faith. And what I like about Sarah, or her character in this one, she's very, very different. She lost her husband Jeffrey about 3 years ago, and she is trying to get back her life. She is trying to move on from the tragedy in Grant County. So she doesn't live in Grant anymore. She lives in Atlanta now, and she lives in a flat with her 2 beautiful dogs, and she is just trying to get past everything that's happened. And when we see Sarah, she is still struggling a little bit. I mean, it's been 3 years, but when you're used to having someone always there, it becomes very difficult. So as this book progresses, Faith finds out she is pregnant with a baby, and we find out what happened to the guy she was dating in Fractured. And I love Will, you guys, so much, just because he cares about Faith in like a sisterly way. And the other thing that I can't really stand is Angie. Angie Pulaski is also in this book, but she's not really in it. She's not really a main character. She's in it every once in a while. She's like maybe in there twice, maybe once. But this book really made me frustrated with her in this one, just because there was a part in this book where I can't even go into detail just because it will ruin the book and the and not the ending, but it will ruin what they're trying to do in this book. So as she is treating Faith, Sarah gets pulled away for another patient. Her name is Annie, and she was running in the woods, and she stumbled across on a street, and where she was hit by a car. And the ambulance got there, and they took her to Grady so Sarah can treat her. And then as Sarah comes in, Will is trying to get her dying decoration to basically help with the case in case she dies, because she is very touch and go at this point. So Will's trying to get this decoration. Sarah is trying to work on her and keep her alive. And Sarah kind of pushes him out of the way. And what I kind of like about Will is he's very understanding, and sometimes he's very understanding to a point, like to a fault, I feel like. But he, just shrugs it off, doesn't really say much. And she does apologize to him, saying, oh, I'm sorry that I pushed you, but I was trying to, stabilize her and get her off. And he said it's fine. So when they take her up to surgery, Sarah is talking with Will, and they find out that she's missing a rib. So it is her 11th rib. Apparently you have, I think they say 12 ribs or something like that. But it's missing her 11th rib, and it was taken out surgically. But they don't think it was the doctor that did it. And in this book, 11 is like very important. And Sarah kind of helping Will in this investigation. And as we found out in the book, she knows Amanda, which is Will's boss. And it kind of gets interesting as how we found out Sarah knows Amanda. We find out a little kind of like in like the third or fourth chapter, we found out how they met. And Faith is kind of not liking Sarah's being. Faith doesn't like that Sarah's pushing it on her case, even though she was a coroner in Grant County. Faith is finding it a little weird, which I kind of see her point, but I also kind of see Sarah's point. Sarah is missing the contact of helping Jeffrey on cases, and that was a big part of her life back in Grant County. And she kind of just really wants to get back to it, I think. And so she's trying to help Will and Faith. Even Faith doesn't really want her help at a certain point. She snaps at her. But Faith is also, I really like Faith in a lot of ways, but I also think sometimes things come out where she doesn't think about them and then she's trying to back it up later, which I think that's a little bit of all of us really in some ways, especially since she's pregnant, so I can't really fault her for that. Sarah, I feel like she has a thicker skin. I think Sarah's always had a thick skin, but in this one, primarily, she's a lot stronger. And it also talks about like what happened after Jeffrey died and all this other stuff. And for me, reading it, I knew who killed Jeffrey like pretty like when the last book of the Grant County, when it ended, I knew who it was like very quickly. There wasn't no like, she spells it out for you very clearly in this one, and especially in the last one too. So I'm gonna give this book, I think, a 5 out of 5 because I really, really, truly enjoyed it. And also with Karin Slaughter, like you don't know who the murderer is or who's doing it until she wants you to know. So you can try and put clues together and try and like really, really focus on like these clues that they're trying to pick up on. But you don't find out who until the characters find out, which I think is amazing. And I also think it's kind of really hard for an author to do that. But I was really, really pleased with this one. I really enjoyed it very much. As always, you guys, please like and subscribe to my channel. And our next book is going to be Broken. And that one will take place, I think, in Grant County. So, as always, guys, please like and subscribe. And you guys have a safe and wonderful day. Bye.